Good morning, everyone. Today I'll talk to you about financial literacy and financial planning. What do you mean by financial literacy and financial planning? Financial literacy means a person who is financially literate, person who is financially literate, and is able to manage the finances in today's society. Having an effective money management is very much important, like budgeting, savings, investings, and borrowings. All these things you should be aware of. A person who is financially literate means of a person who has knowledge of finances. He's able to manage all these finances like budgeting, savings, investings, and borrowings. A person he should have solid financial knowledge of all these investments and effective management so that he can avoid debt and financial frauds. This chapter defines financial literacy and discusses its importance. We learn in this chapter what is financial literacy and why and how it is important for us in today's world. See, every person in this world has to have skills to achieve financial security. Like various subjects are discussed like budgets, savings, different account types. This encompasses understanding the investments and handling debt as well. Financial education may causes you to rethink how to handle these finances. With this knowledge, you can make if you have if you are financially literate, you can what you can do you can make informed financial decisions. Financial literacy leads to a safe and stable financial future. When you are financially literate, then you can have a safe and stable financial future. This chapter helps in contains tools which needs to have make sensible financial decision. That is fine. Then we learn exactly the actual definition of financial literacy. Financial literacy is what? Financial literacy is a prerequisite for competent money management. What is prerequisite? Prerequisite means benefit. When you're financially literate, your benefit of making a competent money management. Among other financial topics, like it covers budgeting, savings, and investments, and understanding credit. Okay, but what is, in your opinion, financial literacy important? Why it is important in your own words? Normally, lack of people lacks necessary skills and knowledge, which causes financial financial problems for a lot of people. If you lack necessary skills and knowledge of then this will create causes of financial problems for a lot of people. So to avoid such problems, you should be financially literate. At least you can manage your own personal investments, your own savings, so that this will help in for future and long term goals for 1 minute. One minute. First, we learn what is the importance of financial literacy. It helps in making decision. Empowerment in decision making means if you're literate, if you're financially literate, then it helps in decision making. Like what? It helps in making informed financial decisions. informed financial decisions, choices. It helps reduce the risk of poor financial decision. Means if you are literate, then it reduces there's always a risk in making decisions. So it when a person is financially literate, it reduces the risk of poor finance decision, because then you start not making those decisions which gives you risk. Being financially literate means understanding the risk involved. When you are financially literate, you understand what type of risk is involved in in your decisions, what risk can happen in your investments for future goals. That is why. Individuals can evaluate financial products and services. When an individual is financially literate, he can evaluate which financial product I should invest, which I should not invest, and services which I should receive. They can assess loans, credit cards, and investment options. Informed decisions leads to better financial outcomes. When you make a good decisions or financial decisions, which this leads to a this leads to a better financial options outcomes, because a better financial outcomes will give you good returns, which will increase your portfolio, build your wealth, and it helps especially for long term growth. Then you have understand the personal finances helps in planning for future. When you understand when you can know your personal finances, which this helps in planning for your future. It fosters confidence in managing personal finances. When you're financially literate, then it gives you confidence that you can manage your personal finances, and to this leads an individual a better equipped to negotiate terms. Then why you should be also, there's one more point is that when you're financially literate, it helps you to prevent financial frauds, because nowadays a lot of frauds happening. When you're financially literate, you can prevent frauds from happening. Like you are aware what type of common financial scams are going on, you can spot them, you can avoid that. Knowledge protects individual from fraud attempts. Like if any fraud is going to happen to you, or you think no, this is not the right thing to do, then this might be a fraud. So then how will you know? If you have knowledge of for it, then only you can prevent financial fraud attempts. Then scammers often target individuals with limited financial knowledge. The person who scams doing all this, the scammers, they often targets those individuals who have very limited knowledges of finance, because they don't know so much knowledge, so they get influenced by the others. So through this, scammers take advantage of it, and then they get the fraud done. Recognizing red flags and can prevent financial losses. Educated individuals are less likely to fall for Ponzi schemes. There are various schemes who which are not again a fraud schemes. They and person who is educated can less go for these schemes. They can discern legitimate investments from fraudulent ones. Awareness of phishing scams and online fraud is crucial. Being informed reduces vulnerability to deception. Financial education promotes caution and skepticism. When you're financially educated, it helps to promote how caution you should be while investing, and make and always have a questioning mind. Skepticism is have always have a questioning mind, that why this is not, what will this help, why this all these why questions, what this helps in creating preventing frauds. Then you can say is effective budgeting and savings. Financial literacy also helps making an effective budgeting and savings. Financial literacy promotes budgeting skills. Then through this, you can understand savings accounts, encourages saving money. Through this, you encourage, because once you prepare the budget, you know where you're lacking, where you have to reduce your spending, where you can increase your income. Through this, where you have to increase your savings. Through this, you can encourage your savings. Creating a budget helps track income and expenses. When you prepare a budget, it tracks all the expenses you're going to incur, what income you're going to earn, and how to negotiate. Budgeting allows individuals to prioritize their spending. Like once you make a budget, you know what spending is necessary, what spending is not necessary, and which to prioritize, which to avoid. This also helps in another type of savings. It helps in realistic saving goals. Again, knowledge of financial products aids in optimizing savings. When you have a knowledge of various financial products, it helps in optimizing savings. Means you're increasing your savings. Individuals learn to differentiate between needs and wants. Once you have prepared a budget, you an individual can understand that what is necessary for my needs and what is necessary for my want. I need is this need is prioritized for me, or need is not prioritized, or want is needed or not. Effective budgeting leads to improved financial stability. When I make a budget which is effectively made, which leads to improved financial stability, because I know I need to make my financial stable. If I cannot make my financial stable, then it will lead to a lot of problem. It encourages setting aside money for future goals. Because once you are making a proper effective budgeting and savings, which it helps this for future goals and stable income. Then you'll understand about in understanding debt management. Debt management is also one of the required importance for financial literacy. Once you're financial literate, you should understand what is debt, what type of debt are there. Understanding, you have to understand the interest rates. You have to understand the interest rates. You have to understand what difference between good and bad debts. Individuals can choose loans that suits the financial situation. They can differentiate, they can choose which type of loan should I take, or should which depends upon the financial situation. They should know how to negotiate better terms and on loans and credit. They should understand the repayment terms. They should also have a knowledge on credit scores, which they impacts their borrowing ability. They should encourage responsible use of credit cards. Financial literate individuals can plan for debt repayment. If they have taken any debt, any loan, they have to financially plan how they will repay the loan. So this is what, and also this all helps in debt management. If you're financially literate, this this is all very much helpful for you. So a person should always have should always be financially literate. Then you have long-term financial planning. Long-term financial planning means the next 10 years, the next 15 years, next 20 years, what type of financial planning you have been made for future, and how will this will be effective for you. It helps in especially for retirement planning. Means when a person who's in the 30s, they have to start planning for their retirement, because the next 20 years, you will retire. So do you have financial stability after your retirement? So then this is all required for long-term financial planning. It helps in understanding which type of investment option you should choose. Is it beneficial for you today, and what is the impact for you in future? Then the knowledge of compounding interest. Compounding interest is also one of the most important instrument in your financial planning, because this helps in giving you better returns, and which boost your retirement savings. Individuals also can set them long-term financial goals. Then you have to understand which retirement account is essential for you. Financial literacy encourages starting retirement savings early. Like once you're financially literate, you should know when you should start a retirement savings, now or tomorrow. It helps individuals project future financial needs, because when you're financially literate, you know what are your needs, what are your wants. Accordingly, you will project your future financial needs. You have to even plan for healthcare cost, because once you start becoming old, your health deteriorates. So to have that cost, to pay to have money at that point of time, you have to plan for healthcare. Informed decision leads to comfortable retirement. When your decisions are good, are best, they are then this leads to a comfortable retirement, financially stable retirement. So nowadays, every individual who is financially literate have started investing for their long-term financial planning. Then last you can say is building wealth. One of the most important importance of financial literacy is building wealth. Once you're financially literate, you should know how to build your wealth. Knowledge of investment leads to wealth creation. If you are knowledgeable, you should know of for investment which leads to creation of wealth. Financial literate individuals invest wisely over time. When you're financially literate, you invest wisely. Means you invest when you can invest, and you should invest that time, not every time whenever you need require money. Understanding different investment vehicles is crucial. You should also understand which investment vehicle I should invest, which I should not invest, which is crucial for me, which is not crucial for me, etc. Individual learns about the risk tolerance and asset allocation. It means that whenever you invest your money, there's always a risk. But but how much risk can you tolerate? Is it tolerable for you? And asset allocation means in which type of assets can you allocate your funds. So this is also a very much crucial important for your creating your building a wealth. Knowledge helps in making diversified investment portfolios. When you're financially literate, when you are financially literate, it helps in making diversified investment portfolio. What do you mean by diversified investment portfolio? It means that you invest your some amount of your funds in different investment products, like some in mutual funds, some in shares, some in bonds, some in gold, silver, etc. So you can't, that is what diversified means. You're diversifying your portfolio in different, can say, pockets. Financial literacy aids in evaluating market conditions. When you're financial literate, you can evaluate what type of market condition is going on, what type of market is going on, is like, is the market very doing good in shares, the market is doing good in bonds, is the interest rate high or low, which is can you invest in FDs, etc. It encourages regular monitoring and investment performance. If you if you have invested in diversified investment portfolio, then you should monitor your investment performance. So what type of, as on today, what performance has given you, is it going good, or you should redeem it, or what you should remove it. It all depends upon the performance. You should monitor that. Understanding the effect of inflation on investments is important, as today, every day inflation is increasing. Is it you have to understand that effect of inflation. Is it investing in, is it having a great impact on your investments, or what? If it is impacting your investments, then you should shift your investments, or what you should do. So this is all what helps to create a wealth. Educated investors are more likely to achieve financial independence. When an investor is educated, he should he is he is likely to achieve financial independence and have a financial stability in future. So financial literacy is very much important in today's world. Each and every person should be financially literate to for your future. Can say, you can say, for your future, for your family and everything. I hope you understood today's lesson about financial literacy and its importance, and I hope you liked it. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.